the softest, most fluffiest, most tastiest bread you'll ever eat. Hello, everyone, and happy Sunday. This is your girl, Tiati Alicia. If you're new here, welcome. And on this channel, you'll be able to see lifestyle, cooking, and DIYs. And to my oldies but goodies, welcome back, guys. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are doing well and your week was amazing. So this week I'm bringing you something short and sweet. I'm going to teach you guys how to make these beautiful, lovely, fluffy scallion cheese bread. Don't forget to share, like, and press that subscribe button, guys. So, fun fact, I bake every Sunday. I enjoy baking. Baking is very therapeutic for me. I was taught to bake by my dad's ex-wife, and she loved baking, and then I just enjoyed it too. And now that Cleon knows I can bake, or when I met him and, I was showing out myself, all the good things I can do, and he found that I can bake, and now he does not want to eat store-bought bread. So every single week I bake for him. The only thing that he eats from the store is the croissant from BJ's, and he likes Hawaiian rolls. Other than that, if I buy the bread, the man is not going to eat it. So I just make it, and I enjoy it. I usually make whole wheats too, but nevertheless. So here we're making some scallion butter bread. It is very simple to make. I will have the recipe down in the description box. All you have to do is proof your yeast, like you see me doing here. You need 2 cups of milk. I usually put milk in there with the yeast, warm milk, of course. You can put eggs, but he doesn't eat egg. I mean, he will eat cake, but he doesn't eat eggs. So I try not to put it, but you can put an egg in it. And this what I'm doing here. I actually doubled the recipe because I wanted to make more. But the recipe calls for only 3.5 to 4 cups of flour. But of course here I have about 8 cups of flour. Then I would add some baking powder in there. It's for ½ teaspoon, but again I'm doubling my recipe, so I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon. You're gonna put a little salt in there, and you're gonna put 3 tablespoons of sugar. When you're proofing your yeast, you also are gonna put your sugar in your yeast. So in your yeast, you're going to put your yeast, your sugar, and some warm milk or water if you don't want to use milk. I like to bake with the butter Golden Cream. Golden Cream is a local butter from my country, Guyana. It's made by this company called Sterling. I really like it. It's very flavorful. It doesn't need to be refrigerated, and I like it. You don't have to put this in the mixer. You can just use your hands, but I have nails, and I hate it when flour gets stuck underneath my nails, so I opt to use my my mixer. But if you don't want to use it, it's fine. You can just mix it with your hands. Flour, you gotta be very careful with who's making it for you, because your hands is in it, and you always want to make sure it's clean. Now this technique that I'm doing is a game changer. Usually persons will melt the butter first before or add it and then mix everything, but I've tried this recipe several times, and when I do it like this, my dough comes out so fluffy and so soft, and even though it's sticky, it doesn't stick to my hands. And you guys will see, the dough is very soft, it's very fluffy, but it's not sticking to my hands. And whenever I use this technique, this is exactly what I get, and I like it. So this makes a lot of difference with the dough. And I'm just taking it out of the bowl. As you can see, I'm going to show you guys my hands are clean, even though the dough is nice and soft. Once I let my mixer run for about maybe 5 minutes, I just usually smoothen it out on the surface. This is the only reason why I'm doing that, is to smoothing it out. And once it's nice and smooth, we are going to grease our bowl or whatever you want to put it in, and you're going to let it sit for about 45 minutes to an hour. I have no idea where this other clip is, where the actual dough was risen. But you're just gonna cover it with a piece of plastic, throw a kitchen towel over it to maintain the heat, and the heat is what is going to make the flour double in size. Always make sure you're cleaning up after yourselves whenever you're cooking or doing anything in the kitchen. And yeah. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. So scallion butter is very easy. It sounds all fancy, but really what it is scallion or green onions in butter, and you can season your butter. And when I say season, I mean like I usually put pepper flakes in my butter. Of course, the scallion. I'll put a little paprika, some black pepper, and a little bit of ginger. You can put whatever you want inside of it to season it, but those are the things that I like to put in my butter. You can just put pepper flakes if you want with the scallion, and even if you don't want to use the scallion, you can also go ahead and use parsley or celery, whichever one you like. You can even use some dill. You can use, what else? Any herbs you want to use, honestly. Or you can just do garlic butter, but I like scallion butter. I just mix it like you see me doing here, and that's it. Secret start in your heart, so slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. But if you don't want to tell me. So this is what it looks like when you're done. One of the reasons why I decided to bake, well, I didn't decide, it was requested of me, is because we have a lot of cheese from Guyana. I had a trip in Guyana last August, and I brought back a bunch of cheese. So I wanted to kind of use that and kind of get rid of it. I love the cheese in Guyana. It's so soft. It's like a nice light cheddar. It's soft. It's delicious. The only thing is when you freeze it, it gets very crumbly, and that's the only thing I hate about it. But other than that, it tastes amazing. But again, you can use whatever cheese you want. Here I am. I'm so sorry I lost the clip again with the flour being risen. But whenever the flour is doubled in size, you're gonna punch it down, and you are gonna roll them in balls. If you're just gonna make the recipe, which calls for 4 cups of flour, then you'll get about 8 logs. But because I doubled it, I got about 16. So this is all you do. You roll it out. You're gonna spread the butter. You're gonna add the cheese, and you're gonna roll it like a log, just like you see me doing here. And then you're gonna tuck the sides in so that the filling does not leak out. Because sometimes when it bakes, the filling leak out, and you don't want that. You want it looking just like this. These are my logs, and you're gonna let these proof for another 30 minutes before you bake for 30 minutes. And once you're finished baking at 350, you should have these beautiful looking, lovely, fluffy bread. And of course, you're going to base it with the remaining butter that you have. And then you should come up with these. These are delicious. They are soft. They are amazing. These usually last for 2 weeks. Yeah. So please try it for your family and see how you like it. And again, thank you very much. And I'll see you next week. Bye.